Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Hey, I thought I'd do a product review on Phosphate RX. I've used it in the past. It's worked out great for me. I have a pretty heavily stocked tank. I think I have about 20 fish in here. And I feed 3 times a day. So I knew eventually I was going to have a phosphate issue. And sure enough, I took a look at the rock, and I had some brown algae growing. This was about 3 days ago, so I tested my phosphates. I use a hand-on phosphate checker, the low range, so not the ultra low, but the low range. It tested at 0.09, which is a little high. Recommended is about 0.02. So I've used this product in the past, and how I found out about it is actually Mel's Reef on YouTube. He's been using it for years, and I really trust his judgment. There is some, I would call it speculation on if it's actually reef safe or not, because what it actually is lithium chloride. It's a concentration of lithium chloride. And what Phosphate RX actually does is when you drip it into the water, it actually turns the phosphate in the water to these little tiny solid like flakes, and they kind of blow around in your water, and what's theorized is they get caught in your fish's gills and it makes them hard to breathe. I've used it in the past. It's never affected my fish or my coral, and I always dose it at night. I dose it in my skimmer section, and then when it kind of clouds out the water, it turns a little cloudy, like white color. And then my skimmer and my filter socks pull it out. Now what you can use is you can use a 10 micron filter sock and drip it into your filter sock, and your filter sock will pull it all out, so it never really actually goes in your tank. I've had tremendous success using this. So if you guys are looking for a way to reduce your phosphates quickly, this is the way to go. The directions are 6 drops for every 10 gallons will reduce your phosphates by 0.5. Now, like I told you before, my phosphates were 0.09. So I have about 250 gallons of water volume. So what I could tell you if you're using this product, especially for the first time, is do not use even near the recommended dosing for your tank. I put in 20 drops the first night, and I tested 24 hours later the next night, came down to 0.03. So it basically dropped it 0.06, and that was only 20 drops. Anytime that I add a chemical into my tank, I research the crap out of it, and I get other people's opinions. I go through everything. Anytime I put a chemical into my tank, I want to know what it's going to do, what the side effects are. So that's the best advice that I could give anybody out there. Make sure what you're putting in your tank, you know what's going to happen. I've used it before, so I know that everything was going to be fine. Sure enough, everything looks great. The next night when I dropped it down to 0.03, I put, let's see, about 10 drops in. Yeah, 10 drops. And now it's about 0.01. So it's pretty far down there. The brown algae is slowly going away. So if you guys are looking for a pretty inexpensive way and a quick way, but like I said, I recommend going very, very slow with this stuff. Anything with reef tanks, you want to gradually bring things down. You don't want to shock your system. But this is a product that, I've had a ton of success with. I know a couple other guys that have used it have had a lot of success. So yeah, please comment, subscribe. Thanks. See you guys soon.